Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. Mainly, what are we speaking about? Mainly, we're just asking, what does I represent for you? What does I represent for you? So when Maharaj said, integrity is very good, this is what he meant. With integrity, true to your heart, what does I mean? And if that I still means something, I am something, somebody, some thought, some feeling, some event, some awakening, some spiritual experience, then it is still something. I am something. And I don't mean conversationally. Conversationally, you can still say, I am here, I am going there, I came from here, I went there. But what do you mean seriously, with integrity? Does it still mean a set of sensations for you, is I? That which we call the body. Nothing but a group of sensations, a set of visual perceptions and other intimate seeming sensations. Is that I? What about the actions that emerge from here? I did this. I did not do that. Are you the sum of all your actions and inactions? Is that I? Or are you another set of sensations, that which we call feelings? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling joy. I'm feeling bliss. Do these represent I? Okay, not even this. Then do this. Do these states define you? I'm in the waking state. I'm awake. I'm asleep. I'm dreaming. I'm daydreaming. I'm imagining. I'm remembering. Are you the object of some state? So when I say that all confusion is a confusion about I, this is what it means. We might think it is about something in life, some event that happened or didn't happen. You might think it is because of some idea of doership, of some feeling. of some thought, but at the root of it is confusion about I. Actually, at the root of it is a presumption about I. I am something. Now be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and expose in your own light what I represents for you. Don't have to share it in chat, don't have to speak it out. Just in your own light. Look at what I represents or means for you. Even if it is a very high sounding concept, like awareness, if it has become a label, awareness does not need the label awareness. The self does not need the label self. But notice about yourself and check if these labels have become more important than your insight. Who does I represent? And if there is a notion, I am something, whatever that something might be, then all of spirituality is for that something. The design of spirituality is so that this something can be washed away. So what to do with this something? If it is a blank, if it is not even a blank, if it is just no thing, then no instruction is actually needed. This is your notionless existence right now. But if that I still represents something, then Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi has said to surrender or to inquire. I hope I'm making it very clear. If the I still represents something, then it says to surrender or to inquire, or both, depending on your temperament. Now, what is this that we just sang? There's a line which says, Tan man dhan, tan मन, धन, सब कुछ है तेरा, which means body, mind, wealth, everything is yours. So this body, this mind, the broader definition of wealth, which means anything which is worldly, everything is yours. Whatever that something represents, temperament, can put it up at God's feet, at the Sadguru's feet. It's the same thing. Whatever your heart feels, even a little bit of openness or devotion for, it can all be offered up in your heart altar, in your inner citadel. All suffering, all something is offered there. That is surrender. Now, some might say that this surrender sounds like make believe to me. How can it actually work? It's not logical. So, you are in a different temperament. So, then the sages have said to inquire. Now, what does it mean to inquire? All the clues that I posted the other day are for this inquiry. Whatever that something might be, you feel like you are the body, the witness of that. The sensations that you are calling body, who witnesses those? You feel like you are some feelings. Is that which witnesses these feelings also a feeling? You feel like you are some thoughts. What witnesses those? This is inquiry. To inquire, who am I? So whether you inquire in this way, who am I? Or you inquire as neti neti, not this, not this. Which means whatever the clue is, recognize that which is the unchanging. If that is the clue, then you go layer by layer. You see, the world is changing, so I am not this. The body is changing, so I am not this. Thoughts are changing, I am not this. Emotions are changing, I am not this. What remains is my very existence. Is that changing or unchanging? And this must come from your own insight. What witnesses all of this changing? Is that itself changing or unchanging? And you will find that as you inquire with openness, the representation of the I am something, starts to fade away, dissolve more and more. All these false notions about yourself cannot survive in the light of your own inquiry. So openness then must mean just that opening to allow these motions to be surrendered or to be inquired into. Even your most highly held spiritual notions. And it is completely possible for you to recognize this. Now, even better news is that whatever might be the seeming product of your surrender or self-inquiry is already your natural state now. So if you feel that you will get something as a result of your surrender or inquiry, if you feel that you will get something as a result of surrender or inquiry, forget about even that. Because that whatever you feel you could get is naturally present here. You are whole and complete. You see? But if you are infected with the but, you see? The but. I am free, but I am the self, but I am awareness, but. Then all of spirituality is designed for just this but. Only to bring you to your originality, to your naturalness right now. You will not become God because you cannot become that which you already are. You will not become the self because you cannot become that which you already are. So, what is the way to put down this mask? As long as you feel that the mask is real, you can surrender the mask or inquire into the reality of the mask. So, if you look at satsang, most of satsang is an invitation to surrender. Whether we say don't believe your next thought, or whether we say allow everything to come and go, whether we say remain open, remain motionless. It's just an invitation to let go of this concept, this representation of I, which could mean something for you. Now, whatever that something might be, even if it is a highly held spiritual notion in the design of the play, it will be attacked and it will cause this psychological state called suffering. This is what Papaji was talking about when he said, be vigilant till the dying breath. It only meant that when the pinch of suffering is coming, notice that the I represents something and surrender that something or inquire into its reality. So in this way, vigilance is not that you have to become like the nighttime security guard or something, constantly looking who's coming, what's coming, is that a thought, is that a feeling? You're not like that. You see, that doesn't sound very free at all, does it? It is only that when something is pushing our button, we are not getting into some sort of a Advaita denial of it, and we are happy to expose it in the light of our own being. That is vigilance. Haven't you seen now in the Sangha, for those who've been in Satsang for a long time? You've seen this happen, isn't it? Other, this is what's happening to me, but actually I know nothing is happening to me. I'm awareness, but I feel this, I think this, but actually I'm aware. So this conflict of playing with two opposite notions, which is causing this inner war. That is why I don't want even the concepts, the great concepts like I am that, you are that, or I am God, I am awareness. These should not become concepts because they will only participate in your conceptual war, either with the world or with yourself. So, using Bhagwan's metaphor, this is the stick that has been used to light the funeral pyre, but throw the stick also in the pyre. So now, many of you have heard it many times. And you say that, yes, it is this something, which is identity, which is the ego, which is the source of all suffering. And I see that as I surrender it, as I remain open, as I inquire, I find that this something is meaningless. I cannot be that. which I have believed myself to be. You are coming here. Now, many of you will report that here there is some fear or wobbliness or something. You see? It seems like this is the withdrawal symptoms from the idea of something. And I'm telling you that Satsang is here every day so that you can get over these withdrawal symptoms. Like Guruji rightly uses the term naked. It can feel too naked all of a sudden to be without a concept, to be without a notion of yourself. And that is why you rush to picking up something from the past. Father, it was so clear yesterday, but then something happened. My partner said this, or my children said this, or somebody said this, and then all this happened to me. All of this, whether you realize it yet or not, is an escape from this fear. Or even if you say, Father, Ananta, today, today, today I really got it. You see, this is it, man. This is it. Today I'm really hearing you for first time, and I really got what you are saying. I'm saying it is not even that. Even this can be an escape from the fear of being conceptless, motionless. The I, which represents someone who got it, is as much fake as the I that represents someone who hasn't got it yet. Both are not true. So if there is wobbliness, let's wobble together. It is completely fine. So for some it is fear. Now there might be others might saying, I have no such fear, so I must not be getting what he's saying. But it is not a prerequisite. It can be completely sober. All this something was fraud. There never was a something that I was. It can be a very simple recognition. Or for some of you, and some have reported this also, that big joy could be coming. I'm just, I'm none of this. I'm so beyond. So what comes as a side effect, as the byproduct, don't allow even that to make a representation out of you. Now there are some temperaments where neither surrender makes sense nor inquiry is making sense. But you might feel like, I just like coming here. I just like coming to Satsang. I don't know what he's saying. I have no idea about this. I am something. You see, what is going on? Nothing, but I like coming. And that is fine. But there might be some, and especially if you're new, who might feel like surrender, no. Inquiry, no. And I don't even like coming here. I don't even like this guy's face or his voice, nothing. You see, it just somebody has told me this is very good, this is very good. My friends told me, or my family told me, and I'm just here. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to torture yourself. Because what you will end up picking up from satsang is a new set of concepts. That's why I've told all of you that don't force anyone to come. Just knock gently. Don't be affected by what they might report about it. Because you might invite someone to satsang and you might feel like, today it was really good, wasn't it? And you ask them, and they're like, no, it was all nonsense. I didn't get any. That is fine. In the play of conditioning, in the play of temperaments, every temperament is unique. And some will play with other ways to rid themselves of this something. Whether it is chanting, whether it is some other meditation technique, whether it is some hatha yoga, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Consciousness is taking care of itself. But if you are in this place now, when it seems like I can look, I can check, who am I? Or the sense that I don't know who I am, but I know that my life is the Sadguru's problem. Then the recognition of this truth is already starting to become apparent. So actually in this short time we've encapsulated this entire quest for freedom. All the clues for your inquiry are available. Because to inquire, it seems like you need one master concept, which ultimately will be thrown into the fire, but something which seems to light the way. Who am I? Can the perceiver be perceived? What witnesses all things? Can that itself be witnessed? What is the unchanging one? Is there something which is the unchanging? What does not have a boundary, either of time or of space? What is beyond the four states? Now, you don't have to remember all these clues. Just anything, any one which appeals to your heart, you can take. And for those for whom any of this sounds like it is too much effort or something like this, just let everything go. But just to say I'm letting everything go is not enough. Nothing can be your problem now. That is why Guruji uses camphor in the fire ceremony. Let your surrender leave no residue. Nothing is yours. And here you will see that surrender and inquiry are the same. Nothing is yours, and you are nothing, are two ways of saying the same thing. My mind doesn't trust that without its control, bad things will happen. Yes, the mind is not designed to trust. You see? So the mind will always give you messages like what will happen without your control, what is, you better take charge of your life, and all of these things. But it has given all these messages for so many years, 30, 40, 50, 60 years at least that you remember. Actually, millions of years. Has it been able to sort it? Has it resolved your life in all these years? With its seeming control, is life so good? So now try it my way. And And the struggle will be if you try to sit on both these chairs at the same time. My way and the mind's way. If you try to mix up both of them, then you will suffer in satsang. You will struggle in satsang. You will throw tantrums in satsang. All this will happen. I said no the other day. You can either surrender or you can be Frank Sinatra singing My Way, My Way. To have a guru means that you have no way. To have a guru means that you're returning to your infancy where you didn't know how you're going to run your life. And yet life was taking care of you. And from an infant, from this infancy, you will see that you are God. A grown up cannot see that I am God. From this infancy, you will see that you're even higher than that. But as long as we trust the mind's way, it will get in the way. So don't worry about changing the quality of your mind. This one is designed to be like that, to convince you of your individuality. It is a beautiful design of consciousness, designed to convince that which is unlimited that it is limited, designed to convince that which is timeless that it is born and will die. So don't worry about changing this one. Let this one come and go. Say whatever it likes. But you remain empty, empty of any notion, empty of any concept about yourself. It is completely possible. If it was not possible, why would I say it every day? Then I must be the most deluded one. Consciousness would not bring this satsang to you every day if what was being shared was something which was beyond your grasp. Then you said, bad things will happen. No existential fragrance or help for me. It is here. Your presence is here. Our being is one. The Sadguru's grace is always there for you, reminding you that everything is taken care of. But it will never mollycoddle any idea about yourself. Yeah, mollycoddle. Yeah. Sometimes it can seem like to a child that a parent is being so mean almost. The parent is saying, just go beyond this. Look beyond into what you are. And the mind could be screaming, but can you take care of the me? Can you take care of the me? The parent is saying, but this is not you. This is just an idea you have about yourself. It is your imaginary friend. Now I made it very simple for all of you. I feel like I've made it very simple. That all confusion is confusion about the I. And behind that is a representation of I as something. So confusion means suffering. And I've even defined what suffering is: grievances, resentment, pride, guilt, all these psychological afflictions is suffering. The basis for all of this is a misunderstanding about who you are. How to find if there is a misunderstanding about who I am? Check for yourself and see who this I represents. And today's satsang, we've broken down all these things and looked at what it could represent and how to let go of this notion of this representation. That's all actually there is to it. Now you might say, but what about the self? As you're empty of the notion that I am something, the self is apparent. You don't have to take a step. The self is apparent to you right now. You might not believe it, but I don't need your belief. You see, your belief is only to something conceptual. The self is not conceptual. You are the self right now. Whatever the mind might be saying, whatever emotion might be saying, whatever body pain you might have, whatever might be happening in your life, you are the self, and this is apparent to you till you start playing with your mask. Even as you are playing, it is apparent to you, but then you play as if you are something individual. Okay, so let's maybe spend 5 minutes in silence together. And silence, I've repeated over and over again, is not just the absence of outer words, but is the absence of egoic belief, the absence of a notion about yourself. And as we'll go about with our life, don't feel that something has to change. Don't feel like you have to pick up truly a notion about yourself to function, to speak, to walk, for any action. From this space, all can come. So even if you speak thousands of words after this today, it doesn't make a difference to your silence. Because your mouth has become an instrument for consciousness. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai.
Sadhguru. Jai.